What's a weird childhood ritual you still do today? I always make sure to say goodbye to all the household pets before leaving. I tell my cat he's in charge of the house while I'm out. Heh. Silly humans. When I was a kid, my dad would surprise my sister and I with junk night. We'd go to the grocery store and he'd buy us anything we'd want for the night. Candy, popcorn, surge soda, ice cream, etc. Then we'd get pizza or McDonald's and the video rental and have fun all night. He only did it like twice a year, but it was always a surprise and so exciting. I still do that with my girlfriend, and I'll do it for my kids when I have them. Edit. I'm so glad to hear everyone who wants to share this tradition with their family. You guys are awesome. That sounds amazing. My wife is directing a play this weekend, and it's just me and me son each evening. Junk weekend. Honestly, I think it's tough to do it on a rare occasion when the other parent is MIA. Makes you associated with fun and the other parent associated with boring vegetables and rule following. Can't have junk food night every night, and if you do it when only you are around, it's like saying I'm cool, I don't follow the rules when mommy isn't watching, you shouldn't either. I'm not trying to be a buzzkill, it's just something I was thinking about when I had a similar parenting decision to make last weekend when my son was out of town. I wanted to just get pizza and watch movies, but it seemed like I'd be doing her a disservice. I don't know, parenting is hard. What do I know? Walk along ledges instead of the footpath. I still do this. I also find myself strategically avoiding cracks in the sidewalk. Well, I mean, do you really want to break your mother's back? When I was younger, I'd help my mum fold bedsheets. You know, we each grab an end, put the corners together twice to fold lengthways, and then walk towards each other to fold widthways. I used to always give my mum a hug at the end of it, with the bedsheets pressed between us. This would repeat for as many sheets as we needed to fold, 1 or 2 or 3, you know. Now I am 33 years old, and when me and my wife fold sheets together, we end it with a hug, plus she gets a little kiss at it. Thank you, kind people, for my first ever silver and gold. This is the cutest thing I've ever read. Unless he married his mom. Whenever I eat, I always leave the best for last. Eat a little of the good part first, then move on to the less good parts. If the world ends in the middle of my meal, I don't want to miss out. This is the correct answer. Eat all the good parts first, less one bite forkful. Save the last bite for the end. The correct answer is, you eat all the good shoot, and you throw all the bad shoot at the person to your right. Then eat all their good shoot. When I was 6, me and my father made a cute little handshake we did every day when he left for work and when he would come home. Now, 27, I still do it when I see my dad. One day when I have kids, I'm going to pass it down to them. Edit. Thank you for the silver, heart. Edit. Gold and platinum. Thank you guys, you guys are awesome. Heart.
That will make your dad so happy. When my kids were little, we would take turns making up a story before bed. My daughter now does this with my grandson. It makes me so happy to know that this bedtime routine meant so much to her.
Rushing upstairs or into bed after turning out the light. Sometimes I try to walk to prove to myself I can do it, but then I hear something and the adrenaline kicks in, so I book it. This is completely me. I'm just like tonight, I shall be brave and walk up casually. Takes about 4 steps, hears small noise, frick this shit, I'm out. Whenever I go up my staircase, I still climb my way up. My kid calls it 4-wheel drive. Edit. My first Reddit hardware. Thank you. LOL, your kid is going places. Yeah, upstairs. I still bite the head and legs off of animal crackers before eating the rest of the cracker. Edit. Thanks for my first silver. I always eat the legs first so they can't run away. I like to hear them scream too. I bite the heads off first. It's much more humane that way. Whenever I eat a sandwich, I start from the crust, so I have all the fluffy part in the end. Been doing this since I was 5. I do this with Pop-Tarts. I do it with pierogies. At first I thought that said Pringles and was confused.
Once when I was a teenager, I was all dressed up for something, in heels, and I did a little mock tap dance in the kitchen. My mom looked at me with a little smile on her face and said, "You know, you used to do that when you were 2 years old anytime you wore your dress shoes." Still do. Dress shoes are for tap dancing. Fancy shoes are definitely for tap. I have a galley kitchen that leads through the center of my house. I like to do the traveling triple buffalo along its length to make my soul laugh. Although now I am larger and actually sound like a buffalo hoofing along. Tap dancing is forever.
Make sure the tongs still work every time I pick them up. Gotta make the click-clack noise. This guy tongs. Still sit in the shower like I did when I was a kid. Hell if I'm gonna stand there for the most relaxing time of the day. Edit. A few recurring questions I've gotten. I just sit in the shower, don't have a chair, but now I'm thinking of it. I do clean my shower regularly so it's quite clean. Also, I don't sit when I'm not at home, seems gross to me. I do it regardless of if I'm in the throes of depression or feeling good. Same. For some reason, I've always called it my defrost time. When I was a child, my mother made a large round rug out of old pants. It's beautiful with lots of bright colors. We loved racing around it as children, pretending it was a round racetrack, or doing an Indian dance around pretending that the red center was our fire. As an adult, my mother gave me her old rug. I saved it from being trashed as it had no special meaning to her. When I'm pacing my house while talking on the phone or thinking, I catch myself walking around in circles on the rug. It's like my own personal sticky trap. Here's the pic of the rug found in his comment history. Not sure why it wasn't posted under here. Cool rug though. Was actually much nicer than I pictured from the old pants description. Thanks, not what I was expecting at all. I imagine just a bunch of unaltered pants stitched together, but this is cooler. When I was a kid, I'd always eat one thing on my plate at a time. Unless it was something like corn and mashed potatoes, then I'd mix that together. I'm a grown man these days, still eating everything individually off my plate. Apparently it's noticeable because people have questioned me about it. These days I just tell them that if I'm poisoned by my constituents, they'll know which item was poisoned. That's a great answer. I need to start blaming my constituents for more things. Is you ain't my constituency? Like, comment, and share. Reddit Story Topper. Subscribe now.